In three simple words, I would say childlike curiosity. We want you to be willing to challenge your paradigms, be open-minded, because the type of change we're trying to trigger for leadership and for managerial skills is not possible until the attendees do that. What we will provide is a very comfortable, a very supportive environment. We will provide engaging coaches who do fun-filled exercises and make it a very interesting learning experience. And all we request from attendees is to be mindful of the challenges they face today or they expect to face. Where are the areas they want to improve in? Just be mindful on that and tap into the resources that will be available to them before, during, and after the workshop so that they can then grow in those qualities and attributes as leaders and managers. As an attendee of the workshop, what you can expect is to take away key insights and nuggets of information. These are things that you'll be able to use as soon as the week after the workshop. But more importantly, what we hope is to trigger a deep change, a personal transformation. We hope to ignite a thought process that perhaps does not exist today. And look, if somebody says that after going through 5 days of workshop, you'll be somehow magically transformed into a great leader, that's perhaps not going to happen. But what will happen is that this journey, the leadership and managerial skills journey, which is a lifelong journey, what will happen is that hopefully, if you haven't already started on that journey, you'll start that journey after the workshop. And if you're already going down that path and already on that journey, then this workshop will accelerate that process. Finally, I hope that years after taking the workshop, there'll be some element of giving back to the community. And the reason I say that is, as a young engineer, I always thought that I never got the coaching that I should have, perhaps, that could have accelerated my career. I learned from my own mistakes, and don't get me wrong, making mistakes is a great way to learn because those lessons stay with you. But it's a balancing act between learning on your own, stumbling on your own, and having somebody to guide you. So our hope is that after going through this academy, forming the networks that you form here with fellow attendees, with coaches, that you build upon that those don't just fall away, they are maintained over the years. And then when the time is right, you do decide to give back when you're ready in one way, shape, or form. I can think of 3 reasons why this academy is unique. First and foremost is the content. The content of this academy is unique. SAE brought together an advisory committee consisting of leaders from the mobility industry. These leaders started out with a list of topics, over 15 topics, and they narrowed it down to 5 most significant topics that they felt would be meaningful to emerging leaders, individual contributors going towards being leaders and managers. So that's pretty unique, that if you're an individual in the mobility industry, the topics covered in this academy are things that, for example, HR professionals and managers in your industry are telling us are meaningful to them, that they seek in their future leaders. The second way that this workshop is unique is in the background of the coaches. So each one of the coaches has gone through that journey of being an individual contributor and then progressing on the path of becoming a manager and leader. So what you will hear in the workshop is not just a pure academic viewpoint, but you'll hear based on the experience and years of experience in the real world from these coaches. That's very unique. And finally, I think the Academy brings about a very unique personal touch. The coaches have committed to provide one-on-one coaching to all attendees before, during, and after the workshop. That's almost unheard of. That's a level of commitment that's very, very unique. The Academy also plans to bring in leaders as guest speakers throughout the days in the Academy. So these leaders will share their insights, there will be networking sessions, talks, again, very unique. And finally, we recognize that the Academy is not about us. Sure, we bring in our experience, sure, the content is great, but at the end of the day, the Academy is about the attendees and it's about enhancing their experience. So we want to create a very collaborative learning experience where each one of the attendees brings in some of their own experience, right? They've gone through some leadership perhaps, or they've seen leaders, and we want those sharing of experiences so that as you hear other people's stories and you tell your own stories, everybody benefits from that collective knowledge in addition to what the coaches bring to the table. And that's very unique.